All right. So this is a very cool piece. I love Freddy Krueger, and I always wanted a good figure of him. And this, I think Beto Matali does the best. And this is a full figure by Beto. And when my buddy offered this to me, I had to get it. This thing is insane. This is by far the best. I mean, Beto does the best Freddy figures in my opinion, hands down. I've always wanted one. I had one in the past. I let it go once again, and I had to have another one. And this piece is another one of the pieces that's never going anywhere. This has always been in my collection. I will never let it go. So there's a lot to go over with this. Let's go over here to the COAs. There was only 30 of these made. This is number 10 of 30. The sculpt, and paint was done by Beto, and the clothing and all that was done by Lou. This is amazing. And also we got the other COA over here for the alternate head sculpt as well. Very cool. COAs for both of those. Once again, this is number 10 of 30. And let's go over the alternate head. We got a head sculpt stand by Paul Manzi over at Distress Labs. The sign is movable. You can angle it whichever way you want. Real wood pole, sculpted ground, kind of like a corner of a sidewalk, a curb. This is very well detailed. The weathering, it looks like an actual curb. I think Paul did a great job on this. It's simple, but really adds a lot to the piece. The head sculpt, once again, is by Beto and painted by Beto. And he did an amazing job. This looks exactly like it did in the film. The detail, the paintwork on this, how it looks wet. I mean, this is insane. Like the weathering on the, the paint app is just mind blowing on this. It's incredible. The eyes and everything. This is a really cool sculpt, and I absolutely love it. Adds a lot to this piece, and I'm glad to have this. I did not get this with this set, with this figure, the full figure. I got it separately, but I'm very glad to have gotten it. Real sculpted hat, just from the first film, so the fedora, very accurate to the film. I mean, this looks just like the fedora in the film. Paint app is amazing. The weathering, sculpting of the hat is just very accurate to the film. I mean, look at this. I can't get over how detailed this head sculpt is. Beto does an amazing job. As I said, no one does a better Freddy than Beto. Just like Ones, no one does a better New Blood than Ones. But I mean, Beto, when it comes to Freddy, he's got it down. This thing is insane. I can't say enough good things about this head sculpt. We're gonna move on though. Over here we got a Elm Street sign, all crooked and stuff. Kind of looks like the sign from the end of Freddy's Dead. When he says every town has an Elm Street, and it's the sign that pops out of the ground, which is cool. Good, kind of just simple details, but really nice. Adds a lot to the piece. Over here we have the base. This whole dial is done by Paul Manzi of the Distress Labs, and I think he absolutely killed this. On the ground, we got like carved into the ground. It says "Never Sleep Again," and inside of it is a green resin, like goo or water, and it's salted water inside of it, and that is supposed to represent, from what Paul said, the green slime that came out of his finger when he cut it off in the first film. So good attention to detail there. I got a bunch of flyers and newspaper articles about Freddy just lying around over here. Got him in the back, just an alleyway. Look at that detail, cool little things when you go into court. The weathering is supposed to this looks like real pavement in an alley. It looks really well done. Paul did a great job. 1/6 sculpted brick and a 1/6 real wood pallet. I work at Home Depot, and I can tell you right now, this is very accurate to the pallets. I mean, Paul did a great job on this. It literally looks like a miniature pallet. It's very well detailed. The weathering on it is phenomenal. Like all these newspaper articles, when he got caught and everything, just really good. 1/6 trash bags back there, and 1/6 brick wall. This is wood. It's a wood wall, but it actually is it's painted very well. It actually looks like a brick wall. So Paul did a great job on that. There's a missing kid flyers on there. We got Spencer from Freddy's Dead, and says his age, and it says hard to see, but it says where he went missing and stuff like that. We got up here, we got Taryn from part 3. And over here, we got Kincaid from part 3 and 4. Yeah, just amazing detail on this. The weathering on the wall to make it look like brick is insane. Paul did a great job on this. One of my favorite dials, hands down, and it adds a lot to this piece, especially with all the newspaper articles. They didn't come with the dial, the newspaper articles, but they came. When I got the figure that the seller gave them to me with it, and I think they added a lot of detail to it. Just lying around in the alley. Now let's get into the figure. So, the weathering on these boots is insane. I mean, Beto did a great job on these are sculpted boots. The paint app is amazing, very well weathered, all dirty and grimy. The pants by Lou are insane, very well tailored to the body. The color is very accurate to the film. Slight weather on these, but they really fit the figure perfectly. And the sweater. The sweater is amazingly detailed. This thing is probably the best Freddy sweater I've seen. Like I said, no one does a better setup than Beto and Lou. And I think this sweater is insane. I can't get over the details. I mean, the color is accurate. The stitching is amazing. You got the tattering down here around the waist. Slight weathering on it, just enough. Absolutely love it. Part 3 is one of my favorite Nightmare films, easily. And this is the one, this is actually from part 3. So another reason I had to have it. The sculpted hands with the burns and stuff on them, really good. The paint app on the hands is amazing. Looks like real burnt flesh. You see he did a little different details on the fingernails to make them look a little more stand out. And let's get to the glove. So this glove is sculpted by Beto, and the paint app is unbeatable in my opinion. When it comes to Freddy, this is the best version of the glove you can get. I mean, if you can get one of these from Beto, get one. Or if you see someone selling one, get one. Do not hesitate, just get it. The weathering on this glove is amazing. The rivets, the copper, it looks like a real metal glove. The detail is just outstanding on this. I mean, it's amazing. Real metal blades. You can even see the soldering marks from where the blades are attached to the glove. Just amazing. He did a great job with the colors, making the glove look like it's real leather with the metal parts on it, the real copper color. This thing is just insane. This glove is amazing. And the head sculpt. The head sculpt on this is amazing. It just screams part 3 Freddy. Beto outdid himself on this. And I love the pose I got him in. But I mean, look at that. The face just, it looks just like Robert Englund in the film. This figure looks just like Freddy out of the film in miniature form. I mean, the detail on it is incredible. Really, really good. Sculpted hat on this. The hat is removable. The paint app on the hat is just incredible as well. I mean, I'm in awe with this figure, and yeah, this dial and everything just really brings it together. So Paul killed it on that, and it's just this whole setup's just amazing. The weathering on the hat, and the hat is very accurate to part 3. You'll notice in part 1 the fedora is a little different than part 3, so I'm very happy with this. The paint app, overall, this is just an amazing figure, and I think that all the artists involved outdid themselves, and this is just incredible. I can't say enough good things. To give you some side shots of this, that glove is just, I can't. It's too good. Nightmare on Elm Street is the first horror movie I ever saw. It's kind of it's the movie that started it all for me as a horror fan. I've always liked Freddy. Freddy and Jason have always been my top 2. They've always been kind of tied for me, actually, just because those are the 2 franchises I first watched as a horror fan. I was 5 years old. I saw Nightmare on Elm Street, and ever since then, I was hooked. And I watched all the Nightmare on Elm Streets, all the Friday the 13th. I'm probably the only 10-year-old that was waiting out, that they got a ride to the video store, waiting for one of the first copies on VHS to get in the day that the video store was getting them. And the owner of the video store knew my family, so he saved me a copy. So I got one of the first copies the day they were released in the store. So, I mean, being a fan of both franchises so much, when Freddy vs. Jason came out, I know I was 10, but I could not wait to watch that movie. I was so thrilled. These two franchises are Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street are literally the franchises that made me the horror fan I am today. I mean, people ask me to pick a favorite, Freddy or Jason. I can't do it. I mean, in my opinion, I like them both equally. They're both my favorite. I mean, I don't care what anyone says. I can't choose between them. They're literally the franchise that started it all for me, so I like them both equally. And that's that's the way it is. I cannot choose between them. All right. I'm going to look at the front. This thing is amazing, and I'm very happy to have it. There are only 30 made, and I'm very happy to have one of those. And yeah, this is one of my favorite pieces. And once again, this figure is not going anywhere. This figure will be with me until the day I die. So, all right. Thank you for watching. This is my Beto Matali full figure of Freddy for Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, and Dial by Paul Manzi over at Distress Labs. And yeah, thank you for watching.